Good morning. Wonderful to see so many of you here. So my name is Ingeborg. I'm an L&D professional and I design and facilitate learning programs for clients all around the globe. And I'm also an academic and researcher. And my research is on the inclusiveness of training and learning. Now, inclusive training and learning for me means that our programs work successfully for all our learners, irrespective of, for example, their gender, race, ethnicity, age, or disability. And my research shows that we have a concerning disconnect in L&D at the moment, with, on the one hand, programs that focus specifically on diversity, equity, and inclusion, such as, for example, unconscious bias training. And on the other hand, the vast majority of our programs, such as communication, teamwork, sales, leadership training, that do not pay any attention to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the result is that we design programs that work very well for the person on the left of the cartoon, but not necessarily for the person on the right of the cartoon. And we may think that treating everybody the same means that we create equal opportunities, but that's not the case, because we are forgetting those contexts that may be enabling for some, but are a barrier for others. Identities and backgrounds can impact who is successful in our programs and who is not, irrespective of capabilities. And with that, the risk is that we strengthen inequality with the way we currently approach our programs. So I sneaked in 3 sub-questions, Lavinia, I'm so sorry, because I suggest that there are 3 core questions that you can ask yourself when designing and facilitating your programs. And the first question is, who has access? And think about duration, think about cost, think about location, think about entry requirements, accessibility of the technology that you use for people with a visual or hearing or physical impairment. How do these elements impact who can and who cannot participate in your programs? Do they favor the groups who traditionally participate in your programs and exclude other groups, maybe based on gender, ethnicity, disability, or socioeconomic class? So my second question is, whose realities are reflected? Experiences and the barriers we face in our roles and tasks can be different as a result of our background and identity, irrespective of our capability, as the cartoon, I think, brilliantly highlights. So do your programs reflect these different experiences? Who developed the frameworks and the models that you present? Do you know what was their reality? Do these reflect the reality and the barriers of your diverse group of learners? And my third question or sub-question is, who benefits most? Do you know? Do you ask your learner in your learner surveys about the inclusiveness and the equity and the accessibility of the program and how that impacted people's learning? Now, to support you, Will Thalheimer and myself have developed a set of learner survey questions to understand the inclusiveness of learning, and they're available for free. You'll find the link under at the bottom of the slide, inclusive learning survey questions. So for 2025, I would like to ask you to consider how inclusive your programs are and whether all your learners have the opportunity to be successful. Now, why do I ask you that question? First, because it's the right thing to do from a return on investment perspective, but more importantly, it will make you a better L&D professional, and it's the right thing to do to make sure that we as L&D professionals are a force for good and that we help to make this world a little bit fairer. So please get in touch if you want to learn more about my research. All my publications and research are on the website. If you want to learn more about the work I do with L&D professionals to ensure our programs are inclusive. And my last sentence is to thank Lavinia and the Offbeat team for putting inclusive learning on the agenda and allowing me to share my big passion around making our learning more inclusive.